have so much pressure from outside people trying to tell you what you should achieve, what you should do. The Grammys was recent.
I'm glad my mom's dead.
Yeah, something like that. So I would be a little distraught at first. I'd be like, what are we talking about here?
Manipulate your way. Yeah.
Especially your child.
I have to really start focusing on myself. So believe me, I know how hard it is. I'm still struggling to do it. 2 Women in a War Room. Episode 3.
Roll the clip. The night is young, in the crowd, the music's loud, but I will. See, that's the Bridget Mendler one.
Yeah.
We can talk about her.
Can we film with us like getting into our chairs?
You're already.
Why is yours so tall?
I did that on purpose.
I'll lower it.
This feels like discrimination.
All right.
Why am I being discriminated against?
Okay. Well, we got Yuri in the back. Glad to have you. I'm your host, Nicole, your co-host,
Alyssa.
And we bring you 2 Women in a War Room, episode 3.
The Grammys was recent.
Yeah.
You know who's on the Grammys?
The celebs.
Celebs.
Specifically, women celebrities.
Not the male celebrities.
No males, just women.
Just the women celebrities, you know.
That's the only people we pay attention to, anyway. That's why we're here to talk about women celebrities and how they deal with the business world. Now, there's a lot of business aspect into being a celebrity, and we're gonna touch on that with Jeanette McCurdy's book, I'm Glad My Mom's Dead.
Yeah, something like that, something very traumatic. Obviously, if you were to first read that with no context, book.
Yeah, Yuri's gonna
paste it right here.
Right here.
Marcos. Marcos is gonna paste it right here. Shout out to Marcos. If I were to read that book title, I would be a little distraught. At first, I'd be like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, at first I was like, she probably got a lot of hate for that. What she did, actually, an interview said that her grandmother was actually really mad about that title. If you get into it, people realize that she kind of deserved it. It's like really bad to say.
As horrible
but,
as it to say, yeah. You know, when you face mental, physical abuse. You kind of have a different perspective on somebody as close to you and as protective as, you know, a mother should be to you.
And I think it's like a very hard thing to understand when you come from no abuse to someone who's suffered a lot. It's hard to make that connection and really understand where they're coming from, especially when you come up with a title of a book like that. People in the comments are very quick to assume I was reading some people who were like, I can't believe she would say that. And taking the mother's side, they didn't really know her full story. And I think that just is really upsetting and says a lot about like society and
before you judge someone,
closed-mindedness.
If you've never taken like steps in their shoes, you have no right to claim or act like you have an opinion on something if you've never been through it yourself. And that's kind of where empathy and sympathy comes in. Like sympathy is just being able to sympathize with somebody, but empathy is actually understanding, making connections, and actually trying to get in their mindset. And if you go through the whole book, or if you even read just a small excerpt of it, I mean, I couldn't imagine going through half the things.
Yeah, well, a little background on it. Jeanette McCurdy talks about how she never wanted to be an actor to begin with. She was actually forced into the role by her mother at a very, very young age when she just wanted to pretty much live out her mom's dreams and her mom's goals. Just wanted to do what would make her happy, and something that like really connected with me and was like, wow, that's pretty bad. She was in the car with her mother and told her as a child, like, I don't want to do this anymore. And to have that kind of like self-awareness and like emotional trust, I guess, at that moment to really open up to her mother and ask for that, what her mother did is she cried. Her daughter like kind of freaked out because she was little. She didn't want her mom being upset. So she said, no, I'll do it. And she said as soon as she said that, all the tears went away. And Jeanette said her mom was probably a better actor than she was to cry on the spot like that. And that just broke my heart.
Like the guilt tripping or like trying to
manipulate your way. Yeah.
Especially your child into doing or going through something that you're kind of vicariously living through is absolutely awful. And I guess that also goes to another topic is like, you know, you should live your life for you. Like if anybody out there has any doubts in their mind or like is thinking whatever, I have so much pressure from outside people trying to tell you what you should achieve, what you should do, when you should go to school, if you should do this type of job.
Get Get married.
Get married.
What age? Have kids.
Children.
Yeah.
No, it's your life. You do obviously whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you feel fulfilled. And if that's not up to somebody else's standards, well, that's too bad because it's your life.
What I read and what I made the connection is that Jeanette McCurdy didn't have like the luxury of just getting up and leaving. They're like, oh, why didn't she leave? Why didn't she just, not only was she really young, but she was a celebrity. She was all over the TV. Like, people were gonna recognize her, and they already fit her into that stereotypical box of, oh yeah, you're the funny one on TV. Oh yeah, you're this girl. That's how you're gonna live the rest of your life. And I feel it probably took her a long time to like get out of that box and out of that stereotype, because she just had to do it herself, probably through a little bit of therapy. And that's why she wrote this book, was to really just express her feelings, because she didn't have anywhere to go but herself. So I think that was a really important topic to touch on, and something that some people can relate to as well. If you ever feel like stuck in the situation that you are, or in the job role that you are, just know you do have that luxury to just get up and leave. It's your life. You can do what you want. You don't have to be in that box, that stereotype that you feel people put you in, because if you try to break it and you feel that people are trying to shove you back into that box, that should be your sign that, hey, maybe this isn't for me. Yeah.
It's time for your departure.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, that's like saying it in a very easy way, because it's not gonna be easy. It's not easy to leave a pattern that you're used to always going back in and out and in and out and in and out. Whether that's like a toxic relationship with your parents, your siblings, your significant other, your boss, your coworkers. You know, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a hard situation. It's still a thing that you have to navigate through, kind of make the right decisions, because you are including other people in your decision, whether you like it or not.
There's like a trend going around where like cut off all the people who, you know, don't fit your stigma or don't allow you to be that person that you want to be. And I think I have trouble doing that too. I have family members I should very well be cutting off, but I just can't. It's who I am. I want to include everyone into my family. I think family's so important, but like there comes a point where I have to really start focusing on myself. So believe me, I know how hard it is. I'm still struggling to do it.
Oh, absolutely.
She's right. It does affect people other than yourself, and you're afraid how that's gonna turn out or how ugly that's gonna get, but it's gonna be better for me and my mental health down the road, and honestly, like my relaxation at this point. It just feels like a constant stress or dark cloud over my shoulder, and you only have so much life to live.
And honestly too, in the long run, it's gonna help those other people too, because like they're no longer gonna have you weighing in their mind, because it's obviously, it takes two people to have any sort of connection. So at some point, if that connection is broken, you're both gonna have to move on. like at the end of it, you're both gonna have to move on with your life, and obviously it's up to the other person to do that in a healthy way or whatever. But you have to do what's best for you in that moment. I think that's kind of just like the most important thing, is kind of trying to keep in mind who you are to your core.
It's like that song, I gotta go my own way.
Yep.
What about us? What about everything we've been through? What about trust? Okay, anyway, shout out to High School Musical there. Speaking to our hearts and minds from a very young age.
I mean, it's true though.
Anyhow, if you haven't checked out her book, I do recommend you go do it, and let us know what your opinions are and what you think. You can leave comments below. Kind of just tell us what you think about this whole situation. Do you have family members that you're struggling to get away from? Do you have a work-life situation where you just don't know if it's you or them, or what's really causing the stresses on your life? Let us know. We'll be happy to share our thoughts, opinions, feelings, songs.
High School Musical, we actually have a whole roster of songs waiting just for this opportunity.
Yep, some choreography.
Yeah.
We gotta pull that together soon, but anyway, we are so happy that you came and listened to our show, and hope you have a great day.
Yay! Okay, yep. Anyways, I guess that's kind of the closing. I don't know.
This was a short one.
A short one, a short, sweet, nice to the point, you know. We don't want to take too much of your time, just a little bit to keep it.
Yeah. Right here.
Right here.
We just
in the back of your head. And then you're like, did they post next week? No, we post every month. We're trying to up that. We post every first Wednesday of the month. Women in a War Room. Be sure to check us out next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow all the socials down in our little link bio area. And we'll see you next time.
Yuri. Got the flip.
No, it's Marcos cut the clip.
Marcos, cut the clip. We out.